We appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday to come here for this very special occasion of the opening of Family Food Mart. And I have been cautioned several times to be as brief as possible, so I'm going to try to ensure that I keep my promise in that regard. To give a little background on this, we have a building that has been sitting here empty for a number of years. Those from the community would remember that this building was acquired by the owners of Builder's Choice and actually had one of their branches, one of 4 at the time, where they sold lumber and hardware supplies. As the business environment changed and we had the entry of additional competitors into our market, they decided to close down this branch and their original Builder's Choice branch around the roundabout, having expanded to their new facility. Now, even when they closed this branch down, they were looking at certain things that would offer opportunities. I think that my father configured the upstairs and was looking at a temp agency with training facilities. And they really tried to see if there was maybe somebody who would either occupy the building for rent or eventually sell it, because it was on the market for sale. And for several years, it stood empty. And despite my reservations, I think my parents looked at the current situation with what we know with Miss Bertha as an opportunity to, in the process of serving the immediate community, also creating opportunities for growth in others. And if I may just say that I'm very proud of them. I know that they're inspirational in the way that they've invested over many years. As a matter of fact, I think in 2017 is 30 years. So they are 30-year business veterans. And from initially Shop and Save in Viewfort, that a lot of people would remember, to Builder's Choice and apartment buildings and many other types of businesses. Now, I think with this particular investment, it is very special because they have approached it in a very sustainable, and I hope that I'm not taking all of what you but they've approached it in a very unique and special way. We would understand that the supermarket industry is highly competitive. However, they have transformed what was originally a very basic building. My father has extruded the front of the building, and they've also outfitted it, making it very welcoming, a very welcoming quality environment, but also things like air conditioning. Now, my dad has approached it in a way that's sustainable because he has, on the top of the roof, several PV panels. So they're looking down the line at ensuring success in this latest investment. We would want to look at business people as not merely looking at the bottom line. And in this instance, they are generating employment for 9 individuals. We know what the situation is with unemployment in our country. And again, we can applaud them for that initiative. They have promised to give an environment that is customer-centered, that is welcoming, and that also looks at the way that all of us need to approach our health and our lifestyle. So there are a lot of little touches that you will see when you take the tour of the building, such as a very nice display for your local produce, etc., that was made out of local wood harvested from their property at home and built by a joiner, a local joiner. And of course, in creating those opportunities, there are also going to be linkages. For example, bakers would supply their bread. Livestock producers would also supply to them. I think that I last heard my father was building a walk-in freezer. I'm not sure where he is on that. So in terms of having the convenience of stopping quickly, getting your shopping, and the hours to serve the immediate community, I think there are many people who are looking forward to that. During the time that they were actually getting the store prepared, you could well imagine the number of weeks in advance of this ceremony that they were stocking up and putting in the shelves and getting everything ready. But you had a lot of individuals coming, and they would look so disappointed when they realized that they had not yet opened. And I think that bodes very well for them in ensuring success in this latest investment. So they are definitely an inspirational example of what business people are. They've shown entrepreneur spirit throughout their career as business people, and a lot of resilience, because we know that it has been a very tough business environment.
As we embarked on this project here, many people would come and ask, when is the place going to be opened? In fact, one gentleman said, the name of the place is Opening Soon, because we have opening soon on top of the sign back there. Then yesterday or day before yesterday, he stopped by and he said, well, the name is going to change from Opening Soon to Open Now. So many of you have been anxious to see this place open up. Now we, as business people, we approach the business with the notion that you have to find a need and feel it. And when you feel that need then creates jobs. We create the economic, we help with the economic situation in wherever you may be. When we decided to venture into this business, we made a decision that the name of the business must reflect what the business is. I always believe that. And so after thinking of several names we had come up with, we finally settled for the name Family Food Mart. And we are very glad that we did that, because this is what we wanted to portray. We wanted to portray a place where when you come, you get a sense that you are welcome. A place when you come, you get a sense that people are willing and want to be of service to you. We want to portray a sense that you get a friendly treatment in the business as you come. You see, we want to be different. We don't want to just be the ordinary grocery store that pops up here and there. We want to be different in that we know and understand that business, any business at all, opens its doors so that it can be of service to other people. We understand that gone are the days when businesses survived and operated on the notion that all you had to do was to open your doors and people would come in. It's no longer that way. And they would patronize your business as they come in. Well, I'm sorry to say, those days, unfortunately, those days are gone. And so we wanted to create something here that was different. So we added a quick snack canteen. We added a little ice cream parlor. And we endeavor to promote good health in a sense that we will be promoting the products that we produce here from all of our farmers, especially produced under organic conditions, that it's healthy for the body. My wife and I are both people that think very highly of good health, and we feel that your health, that's the only thing you have, and you have to take good care of it. So as much as possible, we want to promote that in this business. So it took us a while. We had to break down some walls. We had to add some walls. The building was really in a bad shape downstairs, because basically what it was just a warehouse space. The floor was bad. It was full of holes and so on and so forth. But we decided we want to do something proper. And so I think when those of you who have not been inside, when you go inside, I think you will be pleased with what we have achieved. I don't want to boast, but I think you will be. So we aim to be sustainable. Debbie gave you all a hint that on top of this building, we have 25 kilowatts of solar panels. That is 25,000 watts of power. It's not complete because there's some more equipment to come to do the complete installation. So when it's installed, we can say that we are contributing towards attaining a sustainable environment. Okay? This is something, an area that I've always had an interest in, and I'm so glad that I was able to incorporate this in this business. We want to be sustainable, thank you. We want to be a vibrant business. We want to be a business that is friendly, customer-oriented, community-oriented grocery store, bringing value to all shoppers who come in. These are the things we will do. We will provide access to healthy, organically grown foods local foods. We will cultivate knowledge about consumer issues and health and nutrition. We will be a local focus for farmers, for families, and the community in general. We will be sustainable in our food practices and in our infrastructure. We will provide a friendly shopping experience throughout the store. We will embrace the values of integrity, transparency, quality, respect, and friendliness. Family Food Mart will strive always to provide our customers with a unique service, therefore making shopping a pleasant experience. Our staff, we are going to endeavor to get them very well trained. Many of them are starting with us fresh now. They're going to be very well trained, and they will be able to understand clearly what it means to be of service to the people that they are going to serve. And so that is why our motto is serving you better always. Thank you very much.
This is December, the month of December. And I love the month of December. I love it for many reasons. I love that it gets dark early. And there's a special feeling when you get home early in the evening. The darkness is descending, cascading. Somehow it wraps you up. Then the nights get cool. And it's an opportunity to wrap yourself in a sheet or a blanket, whatever it is. But somehow it brings out a warmth in you, and it closes you with a very special kind of feeling. And that is why today I just want, in this season of Christmas, to extend greetings to all of you. And just in case I don't see you before Christmas, to wish you the very best. Never forget that it is a season of peace, it is a season of goodwill. And while these are very easy things for us to say and to preach, the tragedy is that so many of us do not practice it, do not express it, do not live it. But that is a life, unfortunately, that we live, and one can only hope that some of us can be touched by those very special nuances of this time of year. I would hope that Mr. and Mrs. Vittles did not simply invite me here because I am parliamentary representative of Yeovil South. That may be the case, but I'm really here for a very different reason. It is no secret that Mr. and Mrs. Vittles, the entire Vittles family, are my very dear friends and very close to me. And Debbie mentioned Beaufort Senior Secondary just next door. We sat on the same school benches together. So we know each other from childhood, from the very early days. And every day I give thanks to God for the very special friendship that I've had with this family over the years. I never cease to take an opportunity to give thanks for that friendship and to give praise to that friendship. So I'm here not because I'm parliamentary representative, but because I want to celebrate the accomplishment of dear friends, my constituents, and of course, a family. It is no secret to the Vittles family that I had great anxiety about this investment. When they first mentioned it to me, I was not, to be frank, very encouraging. I was worried. I was uncomfortable. And the reasons are not difficult to understand. For one thing, it's an environment of intense competition. The market is changing. And secondly, I've seen so many small shops, small business places come and go in what has been a very difficult economic environment It has been exceedingly challenging and is going to remain that way for some time yet to come. But there is always opportunity amidst seasons of difficulty. The key thing is to be able to identify it and to make use of it. But to survive, you have to be different. And that's the key. Can you be different? It is pointless to establish a business that everyone else is also engaged in. And whether they're going to survive and do well will depend very much on whether you, the consumers who visit here, can feel the difference in the services offered by this food mart. And I'm very heartened when I heard Mr. Vitalis say this morning that they do aim to be different, to offer a service that no one else offers. And it is good to hear that a food mart is focusing on health. It's no secret, for example, that in our community, that we have a lot of persons who suffer from ill health because of lifestyle. We are only now understanding that the things we did when we were young were not in our interests. I'll give you a very quick example. Debbie spoke about this school. When I first attended this school in 1968, together with Keitha, none of these buildings were around here. These were fields of guavas, only guavas. Some of us had guavas for lunch. And the traditional meal of the day was, in fact, bread and cheese. That's what you brought to school here. But there was something that the school offered that we made use of, and it's only now, as I said, we are beginning to understand it's no one's fault that we really should not have been consuming. They had soft drink machines, a Coke machine and Fanta machine. And of course, once we are out in the field playing cricket or running around for lunch, we promptly took our 10 cents, put in that machine, and some of us would have 3-4 Cokes for the day. Today, we are now learning that a lot of us have set up ourselves for very serious ill health. Many have succumbed to diseases, lifestyle diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, etc., because of these practices. So the season is right for us to make a dramatic change about what we eat and how we're going to consume it. The problem will be whether the consumer is going to be impressed with this, whether we are going to be determined to make that break. But I'm really very heartened to hear Mr. Vitalis say that he is prepared to make that break. And I'm hoping that those of you who are concerned about what you eat and how you eat it, that you're able to come to this minibar and say, what do you have to offer me that I can make use of? I said to survive, you have to be different. And what are the keys to being different? First, you've got to understand that the market conditions have changed. Yes, now you're flanked on either side by massive stores. They have brought changes to their operations. But even if they have made changes, made a difference, there are still gaps in the services that they offer. One of the large groups of people we have living in our constituency are the students who are studying here. And quite often, they have very specific and very rare needs, not the very traditional bread and cheese of which I spoke. And it is good that we can create an environment for them that those things that they need and they demand, that those things can be available to them. I've always thought that it is a market that we can fully and completely utilize. So I hope that Mr. Vitalis and Mrs. Vitalis are able to contact that entire group and say to them, look, we have products here that we want you to enjoy. The second thing is this. and day by day for me is becoming more important, is a quality of service. I can't overemphasize this. I know that Mr. and Mrs. Vidalis have here very young people. Most of them, I suspect, probably getting their jobs for the first time. But I'll tell you this, the bottom line in a lot of business is how you treat people. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, ma'am. How can I help you? Ma'am, I'm so sorry. We don't have that particular item today, but you know what? I'm going to take your number, and as soon as we get in there, I'm going to call you. Yeah. Now, people pay for service, and I'm going to share just something with you very briefly. It's no secret that I have my home at Cul-de-sac, in Cul-de-sac Valley. I'm surrounded by gas stations, very close to me. In fact, 2 of them, as soon as I go down the hill, but I don't go to these gas stations. I go to one nearly 1.5 miles away from my house. Do you know why? When I get to that pump, it's a quality of service that I get. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good morning, sir. Would you like the usual fill-up? And they they maintain a conversation that makes you feel very welcome. Workers can make or break an organization. And I don't mean any harm to any of the new employees, but just to tell you all have wonderful gifts as human beings. A St. Lucian knows how to smile. No matter what faults we may have as a people, no matter our weaknesses, our failings, but it's one thing we have, it's personality. And I just want to say to you that you are as much an investment in this business as Mr. and Mrs. Vidalis are an investment in what they have created. And so I hope that you can extend that warm, that very special treatment, because that's the key to persons returning here to shop. The third thing is I really welcome this mini mart in this community. Really, really do. This is a growing community. It's really a very huge community when you consider from Docamel to the south of us, going way back, Bay, Cantonment, etc. It's a fairly big catchment area. And even if we have supermarkets on either side of us, the reality is that there are moments when you're going to be short of some key supplies and you want to get them very, very quickly. It certainly makes sense to rush from La Richose below to this supermarket to get something that you miss or something that you need. It makes sense to me when I'm driving past to stop in and buy a bottle maybe of some special vegetable oil that I like for my own personal needs, rather than go inside to a supermarket where I might have to endure all kinds of engagements, for want of a better word. You understand? So I welcome this. It's really very key. It's really very good. And it's a great service. Finally, I want to pay tribute to this family. It's been a long time I've been representing Vieux Fort South. My goodness, from 97. We're in 2016, 19 years. Those 19 years have really gone by very fast. And of late, while I accept that they have gone by very fast, I worry about the coming years, because the days seem to come and go so quickly. I don't know why they're in a hurry. It's almost as if as soon as you finish one day, the next day is upon you. I guess it's that function of age, that you know and understand the window is slowly closing. But over those 19 years that I have been blessed to represent this constituency, I have seen the Vidalis family, the Tobier family, as well as many others, invest in this community. Now, it is not just investment for investment's sake to make money, because I know they have invested in things that have not produced money for them. I know that. But there's something about them that is different. It is their passion, their love, and their commitment for the community that created them, that produced them. When I expressed my misgivings about this venture, and I was very frank with them, and they know that, I guess my love for them is such that I really can't keep my feelings away. But in the end, I understood it because they emphasized they wanted to create something different. But it's then I really realized that at the end of the day, what I wanted to do was to contribute something meaningful to the community that they love so dearly. And you may not think that mixes well with business. I tell you that there's a place for this. That it's not everybody on this earth, everybody in this community whose sole preoccupation is to make money and to make lots of it. Some of us are different. We do things, we can't even understand why we do it, but we do it because we just simply love to do it. And they are in that generation. So I thank them. I started off with the music of Christmas. I end equally with the music of Christmas. I wish all of you a great Christmas, a wonderful Christmas. And remember, live the spirit by expressing peace, goodwill, and love to all around you. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
So, Family Food Mart. You know, this business is something that we should all be proud of. Because right now in St. Lucia, if you look at all our major grocery stores, they're not from us. They're not from the people of St. Lucia. But this here is local, 100% local, you know? And this business is here to show that, you know, if we all work together and put in a cumulative effort, we can make something that is ours prosper. You know, we could have all the modern amenities, we could have everything, you know, just like the bigger businesses can, but we're 100% local. And yep, that's it for me.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship your holy name. Some of you know it, sing it with me. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and your heart is kind. For all your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. worship your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh my soul. Worship his holy name.